Hello, this is Running Robert, and today we're going to be talking about the Palatin Technologies PTN Phase 3 results. And the question is, did they pass or fail? Today is the 15th of April, 2024, and we are going to continue to deep dive into this issue because the company did have a press release saying, hey, they passed, they presented at a conference. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at the bullish and the bear sides of it and go from there. So I generally follow small cap pharma. I do some video games. I do a little bit of everything. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe. It helps out a lot. And thank you. Disclaimer is at the moment, I don't have any stakes. So I'm not short. I'm not long. I am completely out of the stock. And as I get through the video, you'll kind of understand why I have that current position. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed by your own due diligence. And any information given is valid for today, the 15th of April, and the slideshow will not be updated. But as always, new news, new slideshow. So I got this a couple days ago. Palatin jumps on positive phase 3 data. Okay, I was like, okay, let's see what had happened. Was the trial a success? So the trial was not a success as the predefined population analysis did not meet statistical significance. That is 100% what you need to know. The company pulled a post hoc analysis on the intent to treat, now just call it the ITT, population, and found statistical significance. They took women over 60 and created the ITT, and in that subgroup, they were able to find it. Them pivoting to this seems much different than the issue they gave us, not that long ago, where the main issue seemed it was like the dry eye effect, and that's how much dry eye affects you. This is a 0 to 100 score. The PTN limits were 25. However, in the call, it was stated that most patients were around the 30s, and the limit used by other companies was 70. So you have a very easy issue here that could be explained that they've talked about, but now they're really just they're pivoting towards these women over 60 as an ITT. It is very strange. Definitely very, very shady because they're not targeting the trial, but the ITT. So again, they'd have a better look if they could say, hey, if we set this as a post hoc analysis at 50, which is clearly still pretty good, and it passes, they might be able to do something like that. The FDA normally doesn't accept post hoc analysis, and in a few cases they do. It's either a very clear reason why the data was not acceptable or an area without any other medications or treatment available to them. So, and again, when you're looking at that, you're like, hey, the DE effect seems very reasonable. They plan to meet with the FDA in the second quarter to discuss the path forward. Overall, they have to tell the FDA why people under 60 and men would make this trial fail. And that's really what you got to look at. Like, what is the biological and age difference for their specific targeting? And then again, this brings back the question, if they decide to go with the dry eye effect as an issue, I don't know why they wouldn't bring that up first and foremost instead of looking at the ITT. It baffles me. And, obviously when something baffles me, something's wrong. So again, why am I doing this video? This time is now past. This is now past the line for dishonesty from the company. I definitely could agree with the discontinuation of mild dry. I talked about that in other previous videos. It is very hard to put on a scale, and it's going to be very hard to treat. But only focusing on women over 60 does not make sense. And of course, again, they stated that the dry eye effect was an issue in the clinical trial. Again, I would say that would be something very easy for the company to bring forward and say, hey, yes, this failed, but look at our limits of what we are doing. But they don't seem to be doing that. And so again, it's confusing. And so most likely the company will still have to run 2 successful phase 3 trials, even with the new analysis, unless the company has a concrete reason on why the drug only works in the subgroup. The FDA might accept one much larger trial based on dry eye disease being very hard to treat and analyze. Of course, they're going to ask for a predefined specification for that. So at the moment, like I said, I consider the dry eye disease significantly delayed. Like, I don't see any path forward. The company is not making sense. And generally when companies stop making sense, there's something going on behind that is wrong. Like, let's just be honest. I've been speaking this whole time, and the more I'm speaking, the more I'm like, hey, they have a clear-cut reason, which they said, why aren't they using that? They're using something completely different to try to push it, which makes me think that maybe it's not as clean as we think. So the FDA might come back with favorable news, but based on what the company's posting, it doesn't make a lot of sense. They got to figure, and that's really what I'm saying. Now, overall for the company, like I said, I don't think the company is dead. They still have 2 significant data releases this year on top of any FDA news. So the company is hurting badly, but it's definitely not dead. Obviously, you have UC and weight loss coming up in the second quarter and the second half, and then, of course, any FDA decision after that. So, but again, like I said, I'm making this video just because it's weird, and it seems like something that they should not be doing or doing it in a different way. So, which probably tells me that I'm missing some information from what they're telling me, and it's probably more confusing and worse than we think. So that's kind of where I'm going right now. So again, hate to be, such a bearish on it. Obviously, I've been following this company for a while and have been generally bullish, but I got to call it like I see it. So hopefully this helped. Maybe you can do a little bit of extra digging. Maybe you can find something. If you do, hey, post it in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.